The pandemic really illuminated the wealth gap. We can certainly say that it hardened it because Black people, Latinx people, Indigenous people tended to be more affected economically than white households. It had a really disproportionate toll on Black households, Indigenous families, Latino families, and there was a recent analysis that showed that Black families really went deeper into debt. They fell behind on their mortgage payments more often. Black people, for example, tend to have a higher unemployment rate than whites, and that just increased during the pandemic. Black people have less savings to fall back on, and it's not because we save less than other communities, but when you're paid less, when your unemployment rate is higher, it's harder to really build up a significant nest egg. So it's not saying that white households didn't suffer. They did, but when they had a crisis, they had more resources to fall back on. White families have about 8 times the wealth of Black families, and that means having the assets to fall back on in terms of passing on an inheritance, being able to pay for your child to go to college, having real estate that you can pass along. And so it's really about more than income. Income is a piece of it. Even if you got rid of college debt, for instance, and you had a national retirement plan, the Center for American Progress says that there would still be a 50% divide between Black and white households, equal to about $200,000, which is the difference in the inheritance that the average white family passes on to their children and grandchildren. There are advocates that say that one thing that could really help is increasing the minimum wage, dealing with the student debt crisis, enabling people to join unions, really enforcing the housing discrimination laws. And lastly, some people say that reparations needs to be looked at.